Hey guys, through here with another video for Blender. In this one we're going to be talking about the really cool 5 add-ons which are free for Blender. First add-on is going to be Machine Tools, which is something I use every day and it will be difficult to work without it now. So Machine Tools is amazing for many reasons and allows you to do so many things. Like for example, instead of pressing tab and then pressing 1, 2, 3 on a keyboard to switch between face mode, edge mode and vert mode, I simply press tab and I have a pie menu which allows me to very quickly switch between different modes. In addition, I can access the X-ray mode, which is up here, so I don't have to move my mouse at all. And I got auto match in here as well, which actually requires you to go into menu here and do a few clicks. So this is fantastic, right? I can also switch very easily to sculpting mode and other modes like paint, vertex paint, etc. Okay, but that's just one menu. Another great menu from Machine Tools is the Shift S menu, which is a Blender native menu, but it's kind of lacking a few options that are here in the bottom. Also in solid mode it has new options here too, like move to cursor, move origin to geometry, which in vanilla Blender you actually have to go here and go to a separate menu because Shift S menu doesn't cover these. So this is fantastic, everything in one spot. Then you have stuff like, for example, page down menu, which allows you to add camera with one click to a scene, and change settings. You got align menus. It's just so much stuff. You should really either watch one of my videos that I created some time ago, or simply look through the documentation, and this will basically show you what this add-on can do. And if you want to learn a bit more about it, you can always go to the menu here in preferences and see how many options you can actually pick from. It's just insane what you can do with this add-on. Another add-on that's just spectacular in my opinion is PowerSave, which appears up here together with Hardops, although it's a separate add-on. It's created by Bongiorno7, who works on Team C, so he's a member of the Hardops team. How PowerSave works is simply allows you to, if you select these two options, allows you to save, create an autosave every 2 minutes or 1 minute, depending how you specify it in here. And it's much more reliable than actually a Blender native autosave. Also, it allows you to very easily save a file with a consecutive name. So let's say I had a file here which I saved on the desktop, and I'm gonna call it whatever one, right? And I'm gonna save it. Now if I'm gonna hit power save here, okay, you'll see it's gonna save this with a consecutive number. So on top of it, is going to be creating a separate autosave file. So you're going to have actually saving 3 files. It's going to be in the main blend file, the white one, which is one blend, so .1 blend, or blend 1, I don't remember. And then you got the autosave file, so you really save and you don't have to worry about crushing. So if my Blender crushes, I just don't care, because I go to Control S with Machine Tools and I just load most recent and I'm done. Okay, that's how easy it is. So that's the second add-on. Third add-on would be Mira Tools, which is a really cool add-on. It was updated to 2.8, but I didn't see an update to 2.9, although it still works. And this one is really cool for, I use it mostly for aligning verts or moving verts in a straight line. So let me show you. If I, for example, select these verts, or let's say I'm going to move these verts down, and I could straighten them up with Machine Tools, but I can do the same thing with Mira Tools. So I can go up here and press N, go to Mira Tools, and go to Curve Stretch, scroll my mouse down to only 2 and press, and you see that it's gonna get aligned. Another thing is that you can do is you can move line of verts together, which is very useful. For example, for subli modeling. So when you create some kind of a quad-based model, and you just want to move some verts in a line, this is fantastic for that. is great for example, for going from high poly to low poly when you want to reduce the amount of geometry. So this one in Machine Tools, they really help a lot. So when you make a mistake, for example, and apply a boolean that you need to clean up, this add-on is fantastic for it. Okay, you got tons of other options which I usually don't use. They're great for like more of an organic modeling, but I mostly use the the C stretch. All right, so that's that. So that's the third add-on. Now, fourth add-on would be Keytops. Now, Keytops has two versions. One of them is Keytops Pro, and it's a paid one, but you also have a free one. I'm actually using Keytops Pro, but it's not much different. The only thing that Keytops free version is missing is the ability to add smart inserts, and also you cannot use the batch plugin with it, which is another plugin by Cheap Walters. But if you want to test Keytops for free, you can. For example, Keytops are fantastic for using inserts, materials. You can use decals as well, and for example, you can create your own inserts out of your own models or part of your models. Like we created, this pack here for the hard surface essentials that we co-created with Ducky 3D. So we got materials over there, but we also have the hard surface essentials. So you got materials here, but you also have inserts. So you can simply add it to your scene very easily, and then you can pop materials on it if you want to. So let's say I wanted to add a material to it. So I'm gonna go here and let's say camo and add material. If I go to render view, you will see it updated, right? So it's really easy. Very cool system. Okay, and there are free inserts as well. For example, the pack from Master Zion, so creator of Hardups and Box Cutter. You can grab it on, I think, Gumroad. You just look for Hardups inserts, and they're really cool. They're just like bolts and nuts, and you can very easily add them to a scene. So if you want to play with it, you can, and you can check if you like it or not. But Keytops is really brilliant, especially if you want to work with very quickly with materials. There's a fantastic plugin from Cheap Walters, definitely EV materials, which are fantastic. So go ahead and check it out. There's a lot of cool stuff over there, which works fantastically with Eevee, but also with the Hardups. And thanks to the coding created by Oliver, who is the creator of Instamat and Smudger Pro, you can actually run these mats on decals, including subset decals. I have a video on this one as well, so have a look if you want to. So that's 4. Now the last add-on I want to show you is actually a UV add-on, and this one is really cool. So let's say that you have a cylinder, right? And let's grab a cylinder, and you want to unwrap it basically, right? And let's say we're going to have something like this. Okay, this kind of a situation. Let's say that we wanted to unwrap this one, right? Which is kind of a circle. So let's mark these two as seams. Okay, and then we're gonna simply select that, and we're going to press U and unwrap it, right? So we got this unwrapped. Now what if you had a trim sheet which basically runs horizontally, and you wanted, instead of this circle, to have a line of quads? It's a little bit difficult to do, right? So let's mark seam here too and unwrap it again. So this is a bit troublesome how you can stretch it. You would need to select edges and pin them and stretch them, and it's just a lot of work. Now there's a very cool add-on, okay, called UV squares. It's just brilliant because all it does is simply converts shit into squares. So if you have like a trim sheet, and the trims usually run horizontally, if detailable. You want, you know, this kind of a geo to work with them if you want to do it manually. If you're using decal machine is going to unwrap this for you automatically. But if you're doing this manually, or you're trying to, you know, create your own UV unwrap, you might want to go with something like this. And the reason for it is that if you have anything, okay, on your UV map that's actually not perpendicular to either U or V axis, you might see some aliasing, because any sort of a curvature like this, okay, you know, you will see some jaggedy edges, some aliasing on the edges. So if possible, you want to have, you know, straight lines. If you have, for example, something, let me just unwrap this, okay. So when you have something like this, right, and let's say this was, you know, I don't know, kind of skewed like this, okay, you really want to, you know, kind of straighten it up, because any line that's not straight, is kind of diagonal, is gonna have aliasing. So if you, for example, bake a map, a normal map on over lower resolution, you will see the jagged lines. So this UV squares, it's taking care of this, and you know, fixes the problem. Links to all these add-ons are in the video description, except from UV squares, I think in Mira. Mira you can grab on GitHub, so just type Mira Tools and look on GitHub. And UV squares, I think you can get it on Gumroad, but if not, just grab it on GitHub as well. Brilliant add-on, very useful. So anyway, thanks for watching, catch you in the next video.